We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah, yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Runes is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Run stuff.
Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shysty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ayy, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ayy, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour, and it is jam-packed with stuff, guys. Absolutely jam-packed with stuff. We were going through the banners earlier, and it was pretty crazy. We got the CPI stuff. It's Wednesday. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Fidelity tokenizing money markets on JP Morgan's own blockchain. That doesn't sound too great. Ghosty BRC20. We're going to get into that. It's no longer valid. Do not buy the Ghosty token right now. Dog versus pizza. I'm more dog. Yagobi's more pizza. We're going to get into that a little bit. That should be fun. Yeah, we got a lot more other stuff, but we're getting into all that in the future. But without further ado, I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What is up, man? Happy Monday. Always a pleasure to start the week with you and our fam over here. So,
yes, sir.
How's it going?
Yeah, man. So, how are you feeling? I know you had another tough loss yesterday with your Dallas Mavericks. If you want to get into that real quick.
Ooh. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough, man. Yeah, it's been, they've been good. Boston's been really good. It's just they're really solid. They have such a well-rounded team. But they did what they're supposed to do first two games. I keep saying that, but it is coming back to Dallas, and hopefully we can take these two. I'll say Kyrie definitely needs to step up. I feel like maybe this might be in his head a little bit, but yeah, other than that, things have been up and down. Bitcoin definitely shaky, right? Heading into the weekend and stuff. So we'll see what happens for this week.
Yeah. So how was your weekend besides that? Obviously we both got some pizza. How are you feeling with your pizza allocation?
Pizza. No, I'm really happy with my allocation of pizza, but it's been fun, right? It's been really fun. I know that, a lot of kind of just jokingly little stabs here and there on Twitter, but guys, keep it fun. This is definitely not something to take super seriously. This is good. When there's, I think when the space realizes that, hey, look, this is going to be the multi-meta protocol standard ecosystem, guys. At least that's my theory. Could that change next week if Opcat gets added? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean, even if Opcat gets added, that doesn't mean it's completely, that theory's gone completely. But I just feel this way because you have to understand that there's builders and there's communities that are being attached to these, meta protocol standards, right? Now, if a bull market was coming, like a big orange tsunami, but not just orange, crypto tsunami was coming, right? Would you just abandon your post and say, okay, we're just going to go all in here? I mean, you might do that, but you got to do it quick. And also, you've built a ton of stuff and your community is there to support. Or would you try to take advantage of the big tsunami that's coming in and try to get your passing of the liquidity to your meta protocol? I just feel like that is the smart move. And I think that's what these builders and founders are thinking in their head.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of room for different things. Just because one is one certain token standard, the other is another token standard, doesn't mean they can't, to be a part of the same ecosystem. Like I say it a lot, but at the end of the day, we're all Bitcoiners, right? We're all in to make more Bitcoin, and whether that's through BRC20s, through Tap, or through through Runes. I just don't think it really matters. We can have an ecosystem where the top coins are Ordi, Dog, I don't know, and then Tap, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's fine. At the end of the day, they'll probably all be traded on centralized exchanges. So to the mass majority of people, they're not all they're going to know them as Bitcoin tokens. To us, over here, we're going to see them as much more than that. We're going to see them as indications for sectors and stuff like that. So it really depends on where you're trading, and that's the only thing that's going to affect you. And then you might have to do some bridging, whether that's just sell your thing for Bitcoin and take that Bitcoin to the other side or whatever, something like that. So we do have that option. A lot of people say like, oh no, you won't be able to trade this. You don't have to trade Ordi for Dog. You can go Dog into Bitcoin and into something like in the Ordi. So there is ways around it.
Yeah. Well, one thing I just want the audience to kind of visualize here is they always put the chart up with Ethereum's total market cap and Ethereum's ecosystem's market cap, right? And there's a pretty good I would say, growth with that ecosystem during the last bull run. And then they show the Bitcoin market cap versus the Bitcoin's ecosystem market cap. It was way different, right, in those two. And I think if we want that ecosystem market cap to grow and more people to come in here, it makes more sense to have multiple meta protocol standards that have their own communities growing rather than just one and that's it. Then we're back to the counterparty days, right? Like that never really off, right? And so that's counterparty, by the way. I think rare pepes are amazing, and I think those are going to be worth millions of dollars in the future. But my point is whenever they tried this before, it wasn't the right time. We're at the right time right now with innovation, and I think the more, not saying to have 20 or 30, if we have like 4, 5 meta protocol standards that are strong with communities and they are innovating and better in certain things in their own way, that will bring over a lot of people that want to use because they might like this one better. They might like that one better. They might like this one better. And what comes with those people? Liquidity. So I'm just saying, keep an open mind with it. Yes, next week it could be one meta protocol standard, but I don't think that's going to happen. But just always keep your mind open, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And you always try to look for more opportunity, right? Like what has the most opportunity right now? And who knows? That's your decision. You have to come up with that. Pizza could 10x, Dog could 10x, Tap could 10x. Why not have a little of each, right? So it's kind of way to play it as well. Not financial advice, everything over here is very risky. Jumping into some stuff here, some big news. Wednesday could be the day Bitcoin goes to all-time high. CPI, Consumer Price Index, comes out Wednesday morning at 8:30 Eastern time. This is big, guys. This will be, again, if CPI really drops, you could see Jerome drop rates. I think, with the jobs number that came out last week, it's going to be tough. The number's going to have to be really in line, like close to the 2s for inflation. Right now, we're sitting around 3% year to year. It's going to need to be down about in like 2.9 for him to be able to justify cutting the rates a little bit. But we do know that Canada and Europe both cut rates. So I mean, it's only necessary. It's only a matter of time now before we do. So, any comment on the CPI?
Just that it's getting closer and closer to where it seems like they're going to have to start to cut. If it is similar to the time frame of when other countries started raising rates, then we're probably looking about 3 months out, right around that time frame. Anything can happen before then, or up till then. But it just seems that it's going to happen, even though the jobs reports kind of went the opposite direction that the Fed wanted it to. I just feel like it's inevitable eventually, which would cause an entire market spike. if that happens, but we'll see.
I gotcha. Bitcoin has a larger market cap than the top 3 banks in the world combined. Bitcoin 1.37, JP Morgan Chase 574 billion, Bank of America 311 billion, and IC Bank of China 268 billion. And Bitcoin at sitting at 1.3 trillion. Absolutely insane. Insane. I thought it was a good stat. Here's another good stat. Bitcoin whales have opened gigalongs positions on Bybit and OKX. You can kind of see that. So what do you think about this? What do you think about the whales just kind of going long here on Bybit and OKX? I mean, these are 2, I want to say, Chinese exchanges, right? Well, the Chinese use exchanges, Asian use exchanges.
Yeah. So, well, whenever you see whales opening longs, that tends to make you feel bullish, obviously. But I saw some kind of contradicting data as well, like with hedge funds taking shorts. And I don't know if those shorts are still like growing or if they've closed a lot of them after probably making a lot of money this past Friday, on those. Maybe they kind of closed those and then they've moved to long positions. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that, but they definitely were shorting. I know that. And that's their game. The hedge funds game is, once they have an edge in some way, they're going to start shorting and longing. They're going to trade leverage. That's what they do, to make more money, in this case, Bitcoin probably. So we'll see, maybe the whales have kind of tipped off. Look, that bomb that we had last Friday was probably, the local bottom that we'll see. And let's see it get back to 71,000. It was definitely a big bleed out though on Friday, and it hurt. Like you could feel it. Like it was just like, when are you gonna stop? Because like it was like 5 hours of bleeding, and it got to 68,400, and I was like, and it finally did stop. And we're definitely came back, built some traction back, but we're still about $2,000 off of where we were on Friday, which is kind of disheartening.
Yep. Yeah, man. Bitcoin definitely has its period this week for sure. Jump into the next thing. Fidelity tokenizes money market fund on JP Morgan's own blockchain. This is the first time I have heard of anyone building on JP Morgan's blockchain, and it's Fidelity. What do you think about this? It doesn't really affect us over here in Bitcoin, but if you're an Ethereum holder, you should definitely be a little worried, right?
Well, JP Morgan was pushing Ethereum back like 3 years ago, weren't they?
Yeah.
Weren't they kind of one of the big and now they did. Yeah, they did pretty much what like we would expect large TradFi institutions to do, is to, hey, let me create my own so I can have control over it and have the edge, because the house always wins, right?
Yep.
That's kind of what I see here. And for me, personally, I just probably wouldn't touch it myself,
Yeah.
I don't know, like maybe if you've been in the space for a while, you probably have an edge in terms of knowledge and stuff with the token markets. I just don't know what their market is going to look like. If it's going to be, a TradFi version of tokens, then I don't know. Maybe people with experience in this space could have a little bit of an edge just because of experience, but I like what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? I don't need to change this.
Well, the thing with this is like, so there's JP Morgan has one validator. I looked into it a little bit. They run their own validator, one validator. So all the validations are kind of like their personal computer. So if they wanted to roll something back, if they didn't like something, the way something happened right now, they could roll it back 10 minutes and your transaction never happened. So that's something they could easily do without really anyone really noticing, unless you are doing, if you're on the blockchain, like, oh, what just happened here? So I mean, it's pretty easy for them when you're doing one validator, right? You can delete as much transactions as you want. So, but very centralized. But it's just, it's only a matter of time before people start seeing that, hey, it's very centralized. I'd rather use a non-centralized, something like Bitcoin or something like that. So decentralization matters. But the bullish thing I saw on Twitter this morning was Hillary Clinton warning that Bitcoin could destabilize nations. I am so bullish on this comment. Please destabilize all the nations. let's cause some people to start waking up and start thinking outside the box a little bit. So I think Hillary is bearish on Bitcoin, which makes me very, very bullish on that.
Yeah. And I think her statement is a clear statement on where she stands, like, politically, on what that group feels, right? And so I do think that the only reason that some people in our current government flipped 3 weeks ago was because of pressure,
Yeah.
from like the other side gaining momentum through
Yep.
donations and just the crypto community being more leaning towards the right with how they feel. People that are traditionally left starting to lean towards right
Yeah.
because of crypto. It's like it could be the largest issue during this election. It could be, really.
Yep. I mean, if you're in crypto and you vote Democrat, you're voting against your bags.
What
You're voting
they
against yourself,
Yeah.
100%. Like, you're voting for a left translated cycle if you do vote. Like, I mean, it's the truth. I'm not pushing one way or another. I mean, Operation Choke Point happened. They can deny it all they want. Operation Choke Point, they cut us off from the banks. Like, we know someone in New York who sent money from his Coinbase to his bank, and the bank shut him off because
Yeah.
they're afraid of like regulations and stuff like that. So Operation Choke Point happened, and
Yeah.
and you're voting against your bags, or if you vote Democrat in this election.
Yeah.
I
It's
hate,
so funny you said that, because last night I went out to go watch the second half of the game with a buddy, and he's largely into crypto. He's made a good fortune in it, and he transferred money from his Coinbase account to his bank, and his bank closed his account, and they gave him a cashier's check, and they just closed his account. And it was a regional bank, which, okay, I
Yeah.
can kind of understand that, just because regional banks are hit harder right now, and so they just don't want to go against, I guess, what the Fed, because they probably need help or whatever. I don't know how that works,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, I agree. I think the banking institutions definitely try to get one side of the aisle more on their side right now.
Yeah.
But it's just it's going to be. I told him, I was like, it's inevitable that, like, in 5 years they're going to have to accept it, and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see. The future is, we can't tell the future, but what we can do is see trends, and the trend is that more and more of our government's opening up to it.
100%. And this is why I use Cash App, guys. I send my Bitcoin to Cash App if I need something. Obviously, we're living off, we make Bitcoin now and stuff like that. So by Cash App, when it goes to your bank account, it just looks like it's coming from Cash App. It doesn't look like it's coming from a crypto exchange. So if you guys ever have that issue or afraid of that happening, just use Cash App. Send the Bitcoin to Cash App, sell it there, because when it comes in, they don't know if it's from Bitcoin or it's from like your friend sending you money. So
Yep. Guys, if you are joining us for the first time, welcome to the Ordinal Revolution Ordinal Hour. Please hit that like on the YouTube side and subscribe if you're not subscribed. On the Twitter side, please share the space, guys. We want to educate as many people as possible. Hit that like. And yeah, happy Monday.
all right, man. If you wouldn't mind showing us what the king is doing, Bitcoin price action time.
Yeah, the king seemed angry on Friday. Let's see how he's feeling right now. Well, it looks like he's trying to get back to 70,000. Yeah, 69.92. So, our targets were definitely off last week, but it was, understandable where our targets were. We were, Bitcoin was teasing us between 71,000 and 72,000 the entire week, right? And the jobs report, I'm pretty sure that's what did this, but it was like a delayed reaction, right? Because after the jobs report, it did do a quick wick down, but it bounced right back to 71,200, 300, and it was hanging around there. So I thought it was like fine, but later on, what happened, like about 2 hours later, that's when the descent started, and it went all the way to 68,300, something like that. I think you said it was 300 million longs got liquidated around there, right?
Yeah.
You had mentioned that in our update, but
Yeah.
a lot of longs got liquidated. So obviously, guys, if you guys are playing leverage, be careful when there's a lot of liquidations in a certain area, right? So going down 68,400, that many longs got liquidated, $300 million worth. But if you go to 72,000, there's like I think $1 billion worth or something like that of shorts to get liquidated around there. So there's even more shorts to get liquidated at the 72,000 mark around there. And so market makers do this to make money. They don't do it, to just put their Bitcoin in there and have liquidity for people to use leverage. No, they want you guys to lose your money and then they make money, right? So just be careful. This is why leverage is a dangerous game. Even I got wrecked on Friday, and I was on a hot streak. Shizzy, I was on a hot streak, man. And then Friday that hot streak halted a bit. And what I did? I actually took time off, and I'm going to take probably about another week off from trading and just say, let me get my mind right. When something big happens like that, you readjust and refresh, for me at least. But yeah, let's see what we're looking at here for the hourly chart. It looks like it's trying to head into oversold territory below 20 on the stochastic RSI here. We are approaching 70,000. Let me remove this real quick. Where the heck is it? Right here. Oh, it doesn't want to come off. Okay. And then going on the, sorry. This was the hourly chart. Yep. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Wrong time frame. This is the hourly chart. I was on the daily. The hourly chart right here, it is 60,900 still, but it looks like it's coming back up. It's coming out of oversold territory. Sorry, I had the time frames mixed up there. It's coming up out of being in oversold territory. So we could see a continuation here of this, getting past the 70,000 mark, which would be good, because once you get past 70,000, it's always a psychological barrier, right? Once you get past like one of those big numbers. And so this could definitely push us up past it and maybe get back to where we were. We'll see though.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely bullish. I always am. So if you watch the show, like, oh yeah, Shizzy's bullish again, but I am. I just think, I think it's only a matter of time, and I think it's the time is hours or days from the all-time high. I just feel it. The fact that like the drop was down to 69,000 and we stayed at 69,300 the entire weekend. I mean, it might have dropped to 69.1 and then got up to 69.5, but it was in that range, like steady. So it just shows you there was not a lot of people really moving things. And I think we're back over 70 today. I could be wrong, but I think that, dude, I really do. But
yeah,
kind of get into the comments here. Every day, if you're new here, we like to just do a little thing we like to call the roll call, and we kind of see who's here. Yesterday, I did see people in, so I did star them. So yesterday at 11:42, Dan H was really the first one. So if I do see that, I will try to star them. But if you look at the live, it shows that Yazir is number one, and we love Yazir, man. He actually made him a moderator for us. So shout out, Yazir. He says, "You guys want me to moderate? I'd be honored." Absolutely amazing. So guys, if anything does jump in, Yazir can help us out with some getting some people in there. I asked Danny too. Danny, I'm hoping to get Danny as a moderator as well. But to see who's first is first. Dan H was first, man. Congratulations to you. You win today, my friend. You are the winner. Followed by Todor. He says, nice. It's just 22 hours. That's how early these guys were. Green Man is in the building. PJNZ. And then we'll jump back to the live comments. Obviously, Danny Boy is here. He's always here. Appreciate you, Danny. I Walk Alone is in the building. This guy, Shizzy OR, is here. This guy's phenomenal. Coach Catch, Catch A Cats is in the building. Dan H said you already. Super fan, welcome to the show, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Joko is here, my man. Joko. Tim Madden, man, you've been here a lot lately, man. Really appreciate you. Sogol is in the building. Mr. Sheedy. Yeah, welcome.
Let's go.
Welcome to the day, sure. Hope you're having an amazing day, Sheedy. Pelpa, Chain Watcher, Mighty Sono. You shout out Mighty Sono, dude. And every time I post something, he's right there to like it. I appreciate that guy. He's my
definitely
man.
A big supporter of the show.
Definitely. Dream Baked, your first time here. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you being here. Ethereum Blockchain. Jose Marte, welcome to the show. Tim Baker, AOD Art, we appreciate you, my friend. Patty Poo is a legend here, guys. Bitcoin Machine himself. Crypto Hot News is here. Ant-Man is here. Tina Saxy Crypto Lifestyle. That's a lot to say. She's here. Joseph here. Tina says Yagobi.
Yeah, she obviously likes it whenever I have my beard.
Grow your beard back for Tina, bro. Akala is here. Let's see. Todor. Who else? Bitmap Gallery. Welcome to the shore. Hold the door. Toe the door. Crypto Mona is here. Akala is here. Oh, we can begin now. John is here. Welcome to the show, John. Me and
Yes.
John going back and forth on Twitter. I appreciate John. He's always fun to play with. Marcelio Leo's here. Mauricio Leo. Sorry guys, I will butcher your name. Lackey Lukey is here. One of my favorite names. Oh wow, I don't see No. Where's No?
Oh no.
The first. Oh, he's here. There he is.
Let's go.
No. Welcome to the show. Sayin is here. And then we have Brokey Oshi, man. I appreciate you, my friend. Always showing up, showing the love. And that is it.
Did you hit TKO?
Man. I didn't get TKO. Oh, TKO is here. I apologize to you, my friend. I thought I saw you earlier, but awesome. And guys, if I missed you, please tell me. A lot of times, too, I think I say your names because I say them so often, and I'll just skip them on accident. But I appreciate every single one of you guys so much, man. Thank you so much. And thank you to our moderators now. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you.
Yep.
Right.
Ooh, 204 people in here, guys. Great way to start your week off is joining the Ordinal Hour, trying to consume as much knowledge as possible, and hopefully we can provide that to you guys.
Amen. Knowledge is power for sure. Unitap. What if we say Unitap wallet is be ready soon? These guys. I'm very bullish on Unitap. I'm waiting for this wallet to come out. I'm hoping it comes out before the TAP token is available, so we can kind of get it. But you can see it right here. Everything looks pretty good, man. And there is another wallet already. But Unitap seems to be very trusted by the ecosystem and stuff here. So I'm very, very looking forward to these guys. They do have a pass as well. That they'll be dropping. Here it is right here, is Unitap OG pass. So we love OG passes. So check that out. Jump into the next thing. Give anything about Unitap before we go on?
Unitap,
yeah.
I mean, the optics look great, right? But until I can use the marketplace and stuff, I can't really comment on it too much. All the marketplaces, even like Ordinal's Wallet or Unisat or Magic Eden, a lot of the experience is the same. Some of them they have little things here that's better about them. But it's really that swap meet feel still, right? And until we shake that, right? The first mover that shakes that is going to win the market in terms of exchange. And if that exchange, carries all Meta Protocol tokens, even better, or if they just fork into each other Meta Protocol. But as of right now, we have to trade this way. This is what Bitcoin's limitations do. But optics looks amazing from this. Their website,
it really does.
Whenever the wallet comes out. So I'm excited to play around with it.
Yeah, the UI or the UX, or what you want to call it, is absolutely amazing. They're doing a great job so far. I'm curious what the back end's going to look like, so we'll see. This is huge. Ghosty BRC20 is no longer valid. They did put out a statement here. I'm going to kind of dig into this real quickly. It says, for the moment onwards, Ghosty BRC20 is no longer valid. Do not buy this token, and it will not count as we move forward. As moves to tap. Ghosty Cash began as a free mint on BRC20. Since then, our DeFi product has swapped 23 million, and we have made serious changes, implemented various new protocols and aspects, along with expanding the team to almost 6x. Today marks the final day of Ghosty BRC20 as we transition to set our eyes towards making Ghosty a household name for DeFi. We are implementing a phase 1 of a multi-phase program. Phase 1. Ghosty BRC20, as of 12 a.m. UTC, has officially moved to GHSY tap. A snapshot has been taken. All sales after this time will not count towards your Ghosty tokens. We are taking additional steps to delist Ghosty from Unisat and move our operation to Ordinal's wallet. So this makes me realize something I didn't realize was you're not getting the spooky token.
Yeah,
you're getting the Ghosty token.
That just hit me too
on tap. Wow,
how do you feel about that?
What do you? So they're still having the 2 token standard, I guess, and you're not getting the spooky token.
Well, you probably
I don't know
still
how
get
I
it.
feel about that.
I think you probably still get it, but
okay.
I think they're probably trying to solve some issues, right?
Yeah.
One, they are a part of the TAP ecosystem, so them migrating that main BRC20 token over makes sense. Okay, like I don't think many
Yeah.
people are going to question that. Two, I don't know if there's like maybe some manipulation that was happening with the BRC20 token to kind of suppress the price or anything like
Yeah.
that. But, you know, it seemed like that could be the case. So moving over to TAP could make even more sense with that. If it benefits the holders to do so, I think it's a win-win, right? It's a win for the holders in the community because I've always said that Ghosty's been undervalued in terms of the price point. Now I kind of can see what was happening, right? And so we don't have, something that's been talked about, but it seems like there was definitely some people that were trying to suppress the price outside of the team, not the team. It was just whale holders or whatever. But with that being said, this will alleviate that. And it will transition them fully over to the TAP protocol. So it makes sense to me to do this. The spooky token information needs to come out, but I'm sure that's going to come out in like phase 2, maybe.
Yeah. For some reason, I assume that this was a spooky token, but no, it's going to be the GHSY token on tap, which I guess the spooky token, because we know Track's been kind of talking about that. Is there I think the reward token for staking. So that could be something as well that you maybe I think that's a really good idea. Instead of just giving the supply away in an airdrop, force people to lock up their Ghosty to receive it. I think that would be a really smart move, but not confirmed or anything. Okay, this is big and could probably piss a lot of people off. Huge token burn event. Moreover, early minters and bots have been removed and readjusted to assist with the future of the project. The change only affects the top wallets that have restricted the expansion of the project and constantly dumping listing tokens in celebration. All readjusted tokens will be burned forever. So they're taking the whales tokens that have been dumping them, and they are not giving them their airdrop. They are actually burning them because they have been destroying the price. And I've seen these wallets. I've looked at them a few times. They just dump every day. They're monsters. I mean, there's some that hold, 1 million tokens. So potentially the supply of Ghosty is going to drop from 333 million to nothing, but this is a very centralized move and a very centralized way of thinking here. What is your opinion on this? This is a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this because I am a Ghosty holder, and
Yeah.
I am not one of those top wallets that dump it, but I
Oh, I
have
thought you
been
were.
but I was curious as to like what was happening, right? Like
Yeah.
it was weird. The price action of Ghosty,
Mhm.
ever since it got to $1.30 something cents, like, and it started to retrace out of that the BRC20 bull market in late fall, early winter. It's been down only, and it's maybe bounced up to like 50 cents or something like that, and then it's been like 30 cents, 35 cents, and that's about it. And then it's been like, it's just been really difficult for it to keep any momentum it's had. And it makes sense now that they're saying this. I don't know how the public's going to perceive this. I think the community of holders would probably appreciate it just because it's going to help with the price of their token. But who's to determine like when they do this again? Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of, what I'm saying. What are your thoughts on it? I'm curious.
This is tough for me because I am a big Ghosty holder. It's pretty big in my
You were the one
portfolio.
doing it. No, I'm just kidding.
It's one of my biggest positions, but I've been accumulating over this time, right? I've been buying the tokens up when they do get cheap. I picked up a bunch of 20 cents, a bunch of 25 cents, a bunch of 28 cents. So I've been really dollar cost averaging in this range. So I'm definitely bullish on Ghosty, but this kind of just hurts my decentralization aspect a little bit. But at the end of the day, this was a free and fair mint. So, and these guys, they took advantage of this mint pretty drastically to get that big of the supply. I mean, they didn't buy any of the tokens; they were all minted. So, and they made a lot of money. They made tons of money off this. So, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. But I mean, as a Ghosty holder, who's not one of these guys, it benefits me. right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just the greedy person in me saying, this, screw them. They just keep dumping the tokens anyway. But at the same time, it does suck to be them.
Yeah. I mean, I think the decentralization part of it is where I think, people are going to have an issue with it. I don't love it. I'll say that outright. I don't love that they're doing this,
Yeah.
even though it does help the price of the token. But what other way can you get out from under them? Because you can't even like force them to like, just dump them or
Yeah.
do OTC because you don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but Pelpa makes a good point. They say if they
Yeah.
didn't dump the floor, they would have allocation. If they weren't trying to smash the floor and kill
Yeah.
the price, then they would have their allocation. But at the same time, who's in that position to tell them that they don't have the right to that, right? So
Yeah.
that's where I'm having an issue with it, and it's tough. Like I said, like I hold a good amount of it, and
Yeah.
so this is good for my bags, but is it good for the overall, thought process? And so
Yep.
at the end of the day, we'll see how it affects the project. The one thing I do know is that like Ghosty has continuously built out their product,
Yeah.
and their team has grown by 6x, they said. So I'm bullish on the future of their product and their product offering and pain points that they solve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I feel the same exact way. I'm very bullish on everything that they're doing. I actually used them for the first time. I went from Bitcoin to Ethereum to grab something over there that I was looking at for a while. So that was cool. It was cool way to see it done. But yeah, I mean, this guy's just, I mean, they're just dumping. You can't really have a good project if you're, and that's the thing too, is like we have a friend outside the he has a project outside the ecosystem and on another chain, and he gave us some free tokens just to kind of like, hey guys, I threw some of my tokens, whatever. He's building a project, and he said, hey, I don't care if you guys dump these, just dump them when things are hot. Don't dump them when there's when it's just going to dump the price. Dump them when things are better. You know what I mean? When people are coming in to buy them off the market and stuff like that. And that's kind of the opposite of what these guys are doing. They didn't wait for momentum. They just kind of dump them in a crappy market. So I mean, they do deserve to maybe get their token allocation. I don't know, man. I don't know. But all right, so getting into more things, getting out of that. A massive event will take place very soon, and these burnt tokens will be sent to Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet. Stay tuned for more details. Since we believe and work together with the TAP protocol, protocol team hand, sorry, it was misword there. Hand in hand, we also think the migrating our ecosystem from BRC20 to the TAP protocol, a widely known protocol amongst the Bitcoin ecosystem, and recently having completed their coinless public round, is a healthy step forward and for us and our community. And then they say phase 2 will begin with a spooky surprise. So I think the same snapshot could be, you might wake up in a few days or a week or a month with your Ghosty tokens on tap and a spooky surprise with them. What do you think about that?
I'll be happy about that. You getting the staking token or possibly the governance token, whatever it ends up being tagged as.
Yeah.
I'll be happy with that. One thing that I have heard through the grapevine is that Ghosty is really focusing on the community in terms of, taking care of the community. So I wouldn't be surprised, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all of it, man. It's exciting that this is happening and that, we're looking forward to receiving some sort of airdrop or claim or something like that.
Yeah.
Only in the Bitcoin ecosystem. I know other ecosystems outside, like, have cool airdrops and stuff, but like, man, like runestones, like what, 4 months ago, and then pizza now. I mean, dude, that's nuts. Like, some people got $50,000 in each or $30,000 in each. What other ecosystem do you get that? And not even knowing too, like, it's just because you're active, right? So I love it.
Yeah, 100. I agree 100%. So last thoughts on Ghosty becoming a tap token, bullish or bearish on this token itself?
I mean, I'm bullish on it. Ghosty, let's bring the updates. Let's see what you guys are going to do, because I feel like I'm confident that you guys are going to be a part of the, solving the problems with, swapping and liquidity and all that stuff. So let us know what you got.
Yeah, man. All right, a few things here. I'm gonna hit on these real quickly because they all kind of flow together. The massive pizza airdrop helped bring a huge influx of liquidity back to the BRC20 market. Can pizza stay as a real reckoning force in the Bitcoin casino ecosystem? What do you think?
Yes, I do really think that, and not just because I have a pretty good allocation, but not allocation claim, but yeah, I think that because you can see the volume, right? So if I look at the past, I'm going to share my screen here.
Yeah.
So this is OKX. If you look at the past 24-hour volume, pizza had $4,009 in volume. The next highest one was 156,000, right? So it's definitely taking a lot of the volume, but it's only been trading live for what, like 3 days, maybe?
Yeah, it wasn't long at all. Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't long at all, right? So if you go to the 7-day, and so 7 days is going to pretty much capture the entire existence of the pizza token in terms of trading on OKX, $31 million. Right. So and number 2 was Wizard at 1.5 million. So yeah, do I think this is gonna stick around? Yes, I do. The trading volume is nuts here. And if you went to like all time, like you can see Sats is number 1 at 346 million, and all time already pizza is number 18 at 31 million. I expect pizza to like jump to like top 10 here in the next probably 2 weeks, week and a half, maybe. You know what I mean? And how does it the only thing that I could see pizza possibly running into any issues here is the entire market goes like, cold. Bitcoin's down to like 60 grand, 59, 58,000. People are just, a little depressed because we're in this big chop down. And people ain't buying pizza tokens. People ain't buying runes at that point. People ain't buying anything. That's the only thing that I could see that could really stall this out. Also, Unisat's been quiet this past, like, I would say, since Runes has come out. You know what I mean? Like, especially since Runes has come out. Was it intentional? They had a lot to really lose to just fade away forever in terms of fees, in terms of like their approach. Like, they've probably been scrambling and thinking about like what they've been working with Zomo and Layer 1 Foundation, the module, Uni Worlds a little bit, but they've been quiet themselves, right? So this pizza thing kind of reignites them back into the spotlight. And I'll tell you this, like, me, still same OG, but a bit low key. I always have to say that when I say me. But me, in terms of my thought process of tribalism in our space, like, I think it's dumb. But at the same time, I love the fun part of it, right? Like we just jab a little bit at each other. But I've always I eat no matter where I'm at. I feel like, so if I'm in the Rune ecosystem, there's like, I love Mr. Yin, Japanese businessman, you know what I'm saying? And BRC20s, there's a couple that I feel like is continuously going to do well. Ordi, Sats, now Pizza, Tap, when Tap comes over and starts to explode. And I think that, right now, Unisat has an opportunity to say, okay, we're going to come back in the spotlight a little bit. Let's see what else we can do here, right? And then release that modular system. And then maybe Tap waits for like another month and a half till BRC20 gets out of that. And then they say, okay, promises are here and this and that, Ghosty, all this stuff, right? So it's really just kind of a passing of the torch. And then that means that ordinals might take a little bit longer, but once they get there, people have hit on Runes, BRC20s, Tap, there's a lot of liquidity, bam, ordinals jump up high. So
you got to remember too, Unisat does have runes listed. You can buy and sell runes there. They're not Magic Eden kind of came in and kind of took all their volume from the West because the West was really big on Unisat, but Magic Eden just makes such a nice UI to and me and you are just like, all right, what are they gonna do? The Magic Eden, their BRC20 thing sucked, so I doubt their runes thing. Their runes thing is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So they did take a lot of the. I mean, I only buy on Magic Eden now. I don't know about you, but they do have runes there.
No. You're talking about Unisat?
Unisat,
yeah, they just haven't been able to capture any other market other than BRC20. If you've noticed, they tried ARC20, didn't really do much, right? Atomical's market was still taking the bulk of that volume, and then they did runes and they did okay on opening day, the first 3 days probably, until Magic Eden really kind of came out with some of the tooling and stuff. And you're right, Magic Eden took that that market, and it probably hit them pretty hard, really, if you think about it, because Unisat was like, okay, well, BRC20s are down some, but we have an opportunity. We add runes, we can capture the Western market, because as we know, runes is definitely more heavy Western, BRC20s more heavily Eastern, but on the BRC20s, they compete with OKX, which takes a lot of volume too. So with the 5 byte tickers, that definitely makes a big difference if they could get one that really shoots off. And at first, nobody was deploying those really, and if they were, they weren't really catching fire at all until pizza, right?
Yeah.
So this, even though maybe it wasn't as intentional as it seems for it to be like a success, it's turned into that, and it cost them capital to airdrop like a good amount, like what, between $1 and $2 million. I think that if you're not considering that into their thought process of we have like pizza's got to be a success, then I don't think you're putting 2 and 2 together. You know what I'm saying? They need pizza to be successful.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Yeah, I think yeah, you're right, and not just pizza. I mean, not just Unisat. I think OKX. I mean, they had more volume with the BRC20s than anywhere else. So they're I mean,
they're happy.
We need them to do well as well. They're very happy. Exactly. Yep. All right. So I had no thing. Okay. So Xverse, of course, we love BRC20s community. We have you can now see your 5 byte tickers inside the Xverse wallet with no issues. PIZZA. So that was pretty cool. Xverse immediately added a cool pizza logo to it. Pretty big. Xverse is not Unisat. What do you think about this?
This is where like our space gets confusing sometimes, right? Because like you got the Xverse crew, Yawn and all them, right?
Yeah.
That are like runes, we love runes, because they connect with the Western ordfluencers pretty well, like Trevor, Leonidas, all them, right? Then like they see like, oh crap, Unisat just did something big and there's a lot of hype there. Let's make sure we're covering that. So this is another indicator to me. It's a indicator to me that lets me know multi-meta protocol standards is what the ones that are kind of like they play a lot of the sides. That's what they do. The Xverse is of the world, right?
Yeah.
Orange Wallets already has that mindset. I from a year from now, when we look at the Bitcoin wallets, we're going to see multiple fungible token standards there. I can assure you. How that eventually evolves out, I don't know. We'll see, because OpCat gets added, things can change very quickly. But for now, Xverse doing this lets me know that I feel like I'm pretty right on course for my thesis.
Yeah, I agree. All right, dog versus pizza, who wins? you gotta throw your name in the hat here.
Short term, pizza. Long term, man, it's gonna be tough. Long term, it's gonna be closer. Dog could prevail, but I think what we're gonna learn here is that how impactful China really is with fungible tokens, right? Because one thing that I don't think we're gonna see is we're not gonna see the Leonidases, the Trevors ever promote pizza or BRC20.
Never.
And the big like influencers in China, which we don't get to go into those chat rooms we could go into, we don't, unless we just hit translate all day, right? We're not seeing what they're talking about, but I'm pretty sure it's pizza, you know what I mean? And not as much dog. So now, and this is not to say, for all you guys, why are you splitting up the space? That's not what's happening in terms of what we're doing here. We're just having conversations. That's your tribalism and you trying to protect your bags, which I get, like everybody wants to do that. But you got to really have a mindset of like what's possible here. And I think that what I see happening is the East and China kind of building out this BRC20 dream. And then the West and US and parts of Europe building out this runes dream. And then a little bit of both sides doing the tap part, right? And other meta protocols. We'll see with atomicals and stuff. Those are more like cult followings versus the mainstream followings, in my opinion, for the two there. So
what
about you?
I'm dog army. I'm not you guys know my opinion on beers 20s. I don't got to keep harping it, but until they get rid of the transfer inscription, it'll never get mass adoption. Something like runes could definitely get mass adoption, just because the fact, one, it's on Magic Eden, and a lot of people in Solana use Magic Eden every single day. They have a runes column at the top there that's pretty. I mean, it doesn't matter what chain you're using. You can be on Solana. This runes thing, it doesn't go away. You know, if you come here to buy something on Polygon Matic, this runes thing doesn't go away. And you're probably sitting here and you're probably eventually going to click on it and see what the hell it is, right? And that could bring in mass adoption. And when you're coming here and you see this cute little dog, you know, and it's dog go to the moon, you know what I mean? And it's just sitting here and it's down on the day. And I think you know, this definitely wins. And you got to remember too, like you said, Leonidas is the biggest voice in the space. You know, Casey's the biggest voice in the space.
For the West.
Trevor, well, period. Really? I mean, what other voices in the space do you hear from?
Yeah, no, I mean, for us, for sure. But I mean, like, we don't look for like Chinese spaces, and they don't use Twitter like we do. They use WeChat, and they have these like paid groups that they go into, like, since like 2013. Like, we were having conversations with people from over there. They were like, this has been a thing over here for a long time. It's not just X. Like, we have like chats and stuff that we go into, and it's like their spaces, right? Yeah. But you know, definitely Leonidas has a strong voice. Do I think that there's Asians and Chinese people in runes? Absolutely. You know, it's you know, they're here, but it's not the same as like BRC20 was. It just isn't. You can see, you can tell the difference.
The comment, Yazir's with me. Coach Cass is with me, and this guy says F pizza, I eat track. I mean, this guy's eating railroad tracks out here. So, but since we're already here, I'll just give a quick rundown before we get into the last half hour of the show, where we kind of get into your comments, guys. So throw your comments, throw your questions into the chat. We'll get to them in about 10 minutes, guys. The more questions, the longer we stay. So throw them in there, and let's have some fun together. So in that number one spot, we have, I'm going to skip this one, but we have Dog Go to the Moon, sitting at 10.27 at $719 million market cap, followed by Arsic Genesis Rune, sitting at $196 million market cap. They're all kind of down from now. But Bank of Nakamoto now, dude, wow, this thing is just holding up. It knocked over Pup Swirl Piece for the first time ever. Pup Swirl Piece is out of the top 3. What do you think about Bank Nakamoto being this freaking strong?
I mean, the momentum is there. You know, supposedly that was intentionally misspelled. So I don't know what it means.
Was it? I mean, it's easy to say that after it's done. Oh, well, yeah, that's just the way we did it.
Yeah. Though, I mean, there was like 2 people commenting on, I think it was Call Me Hunch's post, and so it wasn't like Jack Lou, but it was 2 other people that said it was intentional. But what does it mean? If anybody knows what it means, like the M and the BAMP of Nakamoto, let us know in the chat. But yeah, if they're, whatever they're doing for the BRC20 stable token, I don't know if it's like some sort of algorithm that like uses a bot to be able to auto mint the tokens based off it, because I know it's backed by Athena USD, and so that's a big deal. If they're able to create this, dude, freaking hats off to Jack Lou, man. I will give him his flowers and then some if he's able to do that, because then the early, you know, mentors and buyers of this token could really like see huge upside, man. Huge upside. I love the fact that they're using different meta protocols too. Like, you know, he's using BRC20 for the stable token. The governance token's on Runes. I think they're going to put a stable token on Runes as well. And so it's like, you know, if this works out, this could be huge. And what's the market cap?
151 million.
Yeah. So I mean, if that happens, easy 10x in my opinion, right? Easy 10x, possible 20x within the bull market. You know, I mean, stable token, governance token for a stable token. You know, that's hella bullish.
And you're really only going to know if this is success in a bear market. In a bull market, this thing's going to be very successful. Yeah. But in a bear market, when there's a bank run, when everyone's trying to cash in, you know, their Bitcoin and to get more of these dollars, or the other way around, and you could see, you know, something happen to Luna happen to this. I mean, you could see, and then you're kind of banking on nothing happening to Athena as well. because Athena is, I mean, they're over collateralized stablecoin over there and stuff like that. But you know, you never know. You never know where the funds are at, if they get audited, if they're holding the funds they said they're holding, or that they're just printing these tokens out of thin air. You just don't know. So
Yeah.
we got
Very
Pups in that fourth spot at 150 million, followed by Epic at 66 million. Satoshi Nakamoto still holding up at $2.40. It's got up to about 380s. This is a nice pullback for Satoshi Nakamoto. Sitting at 50 million. Crypto Kitties, what is this?
Yeah,
Where
I
did
just
this
saw
come
that.
from?
Is it
Up
from the crypto?
180.
Are crypto kitties decentralized? Like the project on ETH, the NFT
I
project?
think so. Yeah.
So then it's not the team. By the way, news alert. Bitcoin is at 70,100. So we have passed the 70,000 mark. Let's keep it going.
I'm not getting that. I'm getting 6.
Are you
Oh
not?
no, I am. Okay. I
Yeah, I
had to
think you had to
refresh.
refresh. Yeah,
70,100. Damn, let's go back in the 70 frame, guys. Back in that 70 frame. Low butter wolf popping at 9 spots, sitting at 49 million, followed by Decentralized, sitting at $46 million. Then we have Pepe Go to the Sun, sitting at 44 million, followed by Rune X Bitcoin at 36 million. Runix token sitting at 21 million. Bitcoin Dollar Cat sitting at 17 million. Billion Dollar Cat sitting at 17 million. I like Bitcoin Dollar Cat better. Wanko Manko Rune sitting at 16 million. Gob sitting at 14 million. Zbit Blue Bitcoin also sitting at 14 million. Wado Pengu sitting at 13 million, followed by the Donald Trump. So we are about 17 days away from the debate where I think Trump will destroy the sitting president in a debate, because that guy doesn't seem like has any thoughts in his head. Do you think this runs up like before a couple of days before that?
It could.
Yeah.
If it's an excellent debate, then I think it runs definitely after.
After,
yeah. If it's an excellent debate, it could. But if it runs hard before, then beware of the buy the news event. Buy the rumor event, sell the news event type of situation. If it runs up hard before.
100%. Meme economics in that 20 spot, sitting at $8 million market cap. Cats in the Sat sitting at $7 million market cap. Where is he? There he is. Mr. Yen, Japanese businessman, sitting at $6 million market cap. A lot of projects jumping ahead of Mr. Yen, man. But Mr. Hen's he's staying strong at 29 cents.
Mr. Hen.
Mr. Yen. Mr. Hen Yen. So Mr. Hen, Japanese businessman, Mr. Yen, sitting there.
Still, 29 cents, not too bad though.
No,
it definitely like overachieved in my opinion for a little bit there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bullish on Mr. Yen, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But man, it got to 38 cents and it stuck at 38 cents for like 2-3 days straight. And I was like, wow, Mr. Yen is always win. That is what I was saying. Like, always win.
Strong.
So, but the pullback is going to be if Rune's first run up is done, because I consider this is Rune's first run up, then Mr. Yen probably pull back. I could see to like it's gonna happen, probably within a week, but it'll probably pull back to like 11 cents or something like that. So could be a really
Mr. Yen.
It could, 15-11 cents. Just because if everything will pull back though, not just Mr.
That's
Yen.
A 60-70% drop.
I mean,
when
that's
Bitcoin's headed to 70K.
Okay. I said if everything pulls back. If everything pulls back, I'm saying because just think about the first. Well, think about the first pull or the pullback after the fall and winter BRC20 run.
Yeah,
I mean there was some that were hot at the time and they got to like 5 million, 10 million, $15 million market caps that dropped back to 1 or 500,000 after like a month, right, of that run. And so I'm just saying, there's still a very strong chance that this run is not done. You know what I mean? Like the Runes run, it's still there. Like it's not on life support right now. It's like, injured a little bit due to Bitcoin's big drop, and then no listing for dog. If listing for dog, I'm still in that mindset. Binance listing or a big tier 1 listing, or Bitcoin's past 72 for dog or Runes continue the ecosystem run, which I'd love that. I need that, right? Because
Yeah.
I have my portfolio, and I pulled the trigger on some smaller things, but not like my ones that I believe in.
I'm going to go ahead and say this is the bottom. I think this is the bottom for a lot of these coins. I think you know, what happened over the last couple of days was very orchestrated, very you know, pullback from some whales and stuff like that. And now the whales are going long again. I think Bitcoin's going to be, you know, at the all-time high in June. It happens in June. So I definitely think that, and I think this is the bottom. I think if you're buying any runes now, you'll be very happy. Not financial advice. Don't get mad at Shizzy if we do take Yagobi's route and go lower. I just have that feeling where I feel like getting in dog now, if you are interested, would be a good buy. I think it's 30% down from its all-time high. Some of these other ones are way down, way further than that. So it's just I'm very bullish on runes right now. I think this is the bottom's in.
Yep. And my situation scenario is only if like Bitcoin continually pulls back from this little jump up or whatever. And the space is kind of a little bit, you know, depressed or whatever from that, then I could see that you know, that everything will go down. But
we do have some breaking news here. Nothing crazy, but the exchange called XTCom or X Tech exchange just listed dog. So we have another exchange that just listed dog. I haven't really heard about these guys before. So, but they have 294,000 followers, so they're not tiny. But yeah, they just listed dog.
Yep. I did read something just now about CryptoKitties. 480 holders with the number one holder that has 28% of the supply. So be careful on that one.
Yeah.
And just go to Luminex, because I saw this on Twitter just now. So go to Luminex and, you know, research the numbers there. But if that's the case, then yeah, that could be a scary one.
Yeah, especially if anyone holds 28% of your supply, you can easily take up a lot. Yep. All right, guys, that's the end of the Ordinal Hour. We appreciate you guys so much. We're going to get into the Ordinal After Hour. If you're new here, we do the first hour. The reason why we don't get into your comments and stuff right away is because we kind of save that to the back end of the show. We want to get into everyone's comments and kind of really kind of give our feedback on it. So if you guys have any comments, any questions, please throw them in there, and we'll get to them right now. So let's kind of get this started.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. We'll start off with well, let's remove the banner there. We'll start off with our guy Joko. Just says, "Good morning, fam. Hope you're enjoying your pizza. I am enjoying it." Shizzy ate some pizza, right? You enjoyed your pizza?
Yeah, I ate it and then shit it out as well.
That's funny. That is funny. All right, let's get to this. Oh yeah, just Tina Saxy Crypto says, "Mr. Yagobi, beard already growing back fast. That's good." Okay, so I guess I will never shave again in my life. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. It must have been really bad.
Picture. Yeah, it's just removes a block the face.
Mr. Tim Baker, what's up? Mr. Tim Baker says, Yagobi, it might be a sweep. Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, man. Real quick with Tim, he messaged me yesterday. He said, "Yo, tell Yagobi I'll bet him a bitmap Celtics win." I never got you that. I never got you sent you that message, but you might have lost the bitmap if I did.
Well, yeah. Maybe I'll do one for a sweep though. Like I don't think we'll get swept, but we'll see, man. All right. Here's the first question of the day from Yasher. It says, "Do you guys think these shorts are on purpose to enforce the small holders of BTC to panic sell and the whales collect more BTC?" Could be. You know, I do think that hedge funds probably, the people that are doing their trading they're really dependent upon data. And so they're probably looking at previous cycles and see like this period right now until like the fall, late winter is kind of like a dead period to where it chops back and forth. And so we've been really maintaining close to 70,000. So maybe they believe that there was a big drop, which happened. Also, it's kind of scary to place a lot of shorts whenever the ETF is here, but at the same time, they're hedge funds, so they know what's happening there, right? They won't be able to short too long though. There's going to be a point to where the momentum catches, and we're in that like first aggressive leg up, and they'll most likely switch. is it for the people to get out of these small positions? I don't know, because like maybe if you accumulate all these retail investors, yeah, that equals a lot. But I don't think the retail investors that have that much Bitcoin right now at this point, they're pretty experienced. I think, you know, the large amounts, right? Like, so if someone's holding like even five Bitcoin, I think that they know kind of the history of the way Bitcoin works in terms of cycles. So they're not going to come out of that position because it dumps to like 55K. You know, they've probably been watching our show and knows what's coming in the fall or whatever. But to me, sorry, I know that was the exhausting answer, but I don't think so. I don't think it's that. What about you, Shizzy?
Yeah, I just think that the ETFs are buying a lot of Bitcoin right now, and they do not want to buy at 78,000. They want to buy here at 69,000, so they can kind of get the benefits of going up. You got to remember too, when a stock goes up 10%, they are jumping for joy. When a Rune goes up 10%, we're like, this ain't doing shit, right? So for them, to go from 69 to 78, that's a big win for most investors who aren't in crypto. And I just think that they're trying to accumulate as much as possible here. And then I think that, you know, they're definitely manipulating the markets, probably through shorts and stuff, through large exchanges and stuff like that. So that's just my opinion, but I think that's what they're doing. They're shorting, which basically means they're buying from the market and dumping right away. And on top of that, they're buying, from their thing, and then they're earning on the shorts as well. So they're kind of, it's called being like hedge neutral, right? When you're buying in one area and selling in the other. So,
yeah. Yep. All right. Akila says, looking at the Bitcoin chart, realize that we are ready to take off this month after the 15th, June 17th. Yes.
Yep.
I feel like a lot of us have been ready to take off for a while. Hopefully that happens, but good point there, Kyla. 296 people in here, guys. We're right at 300. Keep putting your questions in the chat. We'll hang out with you guys for a little bit longer here. This is so funny. Yasher says a Chinese media had a live interview with a guest, and he warned the interviewer, if Bitcoin succeeds, we're all gonna die. I actually watched that. Like, it was so funny. I was like, goodness gracious, this guy was like so passionately saying that, and I was like, well, China just opened like mainland China up to being able to register with like Bybit, I think it was, or one of those other centralized exchanges. So they're opening up to it.
He was probably one of those 10K guys who were saying, because I'm going to go 13K, and he was like, I need to go to the drop so I can buy. You know, it's probably one of those guys. The what is that? The capos of the world.
Yep. This is a great point. Kylis also says, who is here now will earn big money in 2025, but this is about those people who are not new and can make decisions. Yeah. Like the people that come and show up every day, you know, we recognize all you guys. Like whenever Shizzy's doing the roll call, dude, like I'm so impressed with y'all. You're being consistent. And that's the biggest thing that we preach.
Yeah, if you're in our comments, we know you're gonna make it. We know you're gonna be one of the people who, in a year from now, when we get a lot more people in here, we're definitely gonna remember who was here, because you guys will be the ones who are sitting there very quiet, you know, maybe going away because you're selling, but you'll be smart about it. So,
yeah. All right. Sogol says, technocrat, smoking gun, gray is prevalent, aka literally less color weary of
what the hell are you talking about?
Man, I need a little bit of what you got are on right now. Now, if you could just explain a little bit further what you meant by that, that would be great. Abdul says, thoughts on Billy Rusty's Fusion Mint. First off, my thoughts and prayers go out to Billy. I think he got in an accident or something yesterday, maybe, or the day before.
Wait,
so
what?
Hopefully he's okay. Billy Rusty, he's an artist in the Bitcoin space. Maybe I read it wrong. If I did, I'm sorry, but I think he got into like some accident. He said basically like he's okay and he's just thankful or changed his perception on life or something.
Yeah.
But I am looking at the Fusion Mint pass here, and I don't really know much about this, Abdul. You know, it doesn't say too much about it, but it looks very like kind of like artsy stuff. And if you guys are like, who's Billy Rusty? I don't know if you remember when the Gamma Prince thing was really popular, but when Gamma Mints came out, his was the one of the astronaut laying on the pool by the pool. Remember that art piece?
Yeah.
That was Billy Rusty's, I believe. And so it was like one of the more iconic ones that came out of the Gamma art prints. So he's definitely talented. And so, yeah, I'll look further into this and see what it all entails. But from a past perspective, I'm not crazy about the design. But again, if it supports something, important, definitely look further into that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sure says, guys, can you share your thoughts on BITFI? Are you familiar with BITFI?
I have no idea what the heck Bliff is. I feel like Yazir is just in, bro. He knows everything about everything. I did see Bliff pop up on my radar, but I didn't take the time to kind of see what the
Bitcoin Bandits. Operation BITFI with Bitcoin Bandits. Remember Bitcoin Bandits, dude? Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
So it says Operation BITFI with Bitcoin Bandits. These guys are low inscription, I'm pretty sure, because I remember them from back in the day. Remember? Did you ever own any bandits?
No, I didn't get any bandits. No. I wanted one. They were cheap back then too.
Yeah. So the floor on bandits are 0.1. Dude, their range is thick. 58,000 to 60,000. I mean, that's pretty sick. I mean, like node monks are 84,000, right?
They're only $7,000. Wow.
Yeah, there's only 512 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're $7,000. But anyways, so BITFI. Let's see.
Is this to do with the BITFI stone?
Maybe.
I'm not really
Maybe
sure.
they partnered with the bandits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on with this, but if they're partnered with the bandits, that's cool because like I haven't heard much about the bandits lately. It's been a long time. That's for sure. Dang, 0.1 is it's not that bad for that number of inscription, but the supply is low though, 512.
Yeah.
So I feel like it should be higher.
Yeah.
So Gold says 95% first year traders absolutely wrecked. 83% fail over time. Yeah, it's not easy, guys. The only time it can seem easy is in the middle of an amazing bull market, but that does not last. I can assure you. So be careful if you guys are out there. All right, this is a great question from Yashir. It said, what do you guys think about Merlin Swap Farm? It's the pair of bitmap token and Merle. What are your thoughts on that? I've been curious because you do have some bitmaps. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think that's a perfect pairing. Honestly, I think the bitmap token and Merle are going to move together. That is something I would definitely do. I haven't done it yet because a lot of my Merle's kind of locked up. But once I do get the next unlocking in about 9 days, I might do that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out. So I have about 100 bitmaps, and I don't want to cut that in half. So what I'm trying to do is get like that amount in value in Bitcoin over to Merle, and then I'm gonna sell it into Merle because I actually think that you're right. Like the pairing between Merle and bitmap token is perfect as they both can rise together. Like think about that LP in like October, right? Or in October you'll have like projects like Ordinal Hive that's been on there and doing stuff already, Protheum Dex, a bunch of other stuff as well. Surf had been on there probably for a while. The token's probably going to launch around October. So a lot of hype. So I think it's perfect pairing. I'm very bullish on this LP opportunity. And this month they're doing bonuses. So I'm trying to get my Bitcoin over there as fast as possible. Tim Madden says, appreciate y'all. Been here since DeFi discussions. But can only listen in summer because I'm a student. Yeah.
DeFi discussions, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
OG over
That's a
here.
year. It's a year ago, dude. A year ago.
More than a year.
Well,
more than a year.
No, July 27th was.
Well, that's whenever that's when we changed. We rebranded to Ordinal Revolution.
Okay. Yeah.
And so
we did DeFi discussion presents Ordinal Revolution. That was probably in June.
That was in April.
Okay.
If you look at late April, early May, we had the council on and some other guests that we tricked to get on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tons of subs, tons of views, tons of. No, just kidding.
And guys,
Oh, that's
now
funny.
we turn down people left and right because 5 days a week is a lot. but you guys seem to like the lives more than the pre-records, so
Yep. Oh, this is a good thing to address. So Patty Poo says, any comments on Brothium Deck CEO stepping down?
yeah, so that was Eric, BRC 20 coins. You know, we are obviously advisors for that project, and it was nothing to do with the project. So about a month ago, Uniswap was hit with a Wells notice, and the CEO has potentially has to go to trial. Eric was very concerned about that, and he was already kind of iffy about it, and he had to make a personal decision to step down because of that. So it had nothing to do with the team. It was really, you know, about what Eric, you know, Eric wants to do personally, and you know, Eric's very well off. Eric's been around Bitcoin so much, so for him, it wasn't really about making anything from this anyway. It was just like a personal, like project for him to kind of like have fun with. But yeah, he's stepping down for those reasons, and you know, it's probably he has to do the right. I mean, at the end of the day, he was considered a CEO. So if anything did happen with the Uniswap guys and something happened, and let's just say like the Biden administration wins again, Eric could get in trouble. You know, so you know, we talked to the guys running it, and they said they want to go to a decentralized approach anyway. So they're going to let the coin be the CEO. So
Yeah, I don't think that this changes much, though. I mean,
yeah,
if you think about it, right? Because there wasn't like spaces being ran by Eric. There wasn't really like a
yeah,
big push, and it wasn't his fault. It was just the time frame of the project and the marketing. I
yeah,
actually think that this is gonna do just as amazing, as we thought before that. In my opinion, obviously anything can happen, right? But the communication and stuff for the Sam behind the ordinal side is kind of pulling the strings now, right? So
yeah,
he was already doing that. Working directly with the developers and all the changes and the updates,
yeah,
working directly with like Merlin chain and all that stuff and all the meetings and stuff. So yeah, nothing changes in terms of like that aspect and delivery and stuff. So if that's what the question is, that I hope that answers your question, because it did sound like kind of gloomy and stuff, but I was like, why is everybody like sounding gloomy? It's not bad. It's like, I don't look at it as a
yeah.
bad thing. I look at it as just like it was.
Well, well, you got losing Eric is a big deal. Like I think the project does succeed. I think the project does well. I mean, we're advisors, but Eric's such a big face in the community. He wasn't doing really much for the project. He was supposed to be like, going after, you know, the community and stuff like that. And he was brought on to really kind of be the face. So I mean, and you know,
That's
same
what I mean,
time, it
though. Is
is,
like it
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
It never got to that stage, right?
It
It
did
never
not
got to
yet.
that
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
where like he came in to do those things. So that's why I'm saying it's not going to be like, there isn't going to be a huge hit from this. It's not nothing
No, I
against
agree.
him. I think Eric is amazing at what he does, but I just feel like it's going to continually do what always had been planned, minus
Yeah,
Eric being there. So,
I
but
agree.
anyways,
I agree.
yep. Good question though, Patty Poo. Surprised you didn't have any other comments or anything crazy in there lately. You've been posting
I
some,
know,
some
man.
some amazing ticker names. Oh, here they come probably. Let's see. Yeah, sure. Again, with the question here, it says, if Tap starts to hype, you think could it be another competitor added to the runes in BRC20? Yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly what it would do. But like, I don't look at that as a negative, though. I look at it as a positive, because you
it
guys
is a
are thinking
positive.
about like the demand right now, guys.
Yeah,
And I get it. Like, and I'm not saying, Escher, that you're saying that it's a negative. I don't think that you think that. I know you're just asking this question, but some people do think that. They're like, well, you're
yeah,
gonna split liquidity and all this stuff, because you guys are thinking about, or they are thinking about the current demand for the Bitcoin ecosystem right now. You got to think about it in like 4 or 5 months, when things are like booming, right?
yeah,
Guess what? People are going to come to runes and say, oh my God, this is amazing, blah, 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 I'm making so much
yeah,
money over here. And then all of a sudden, like, there's going to be hype pumped on BRC20s, and they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to
yep,
some early project, or like start a token over there or whatever. And then tap, and then, rotate, like just keep rotating. It's going to be better for the ecosystem. Like then it's going to be like bringing more people to these communities, because each meta protocol is going to have their community like cheerleading for them, and other people will come from outside the ecosystem in. So I really hope that the space can start to look at it that way. And I know it's not easy, because it's so easy to have this thought process of, you know, my protocol has to win, but at the end of the day, like, your space is the Bitcoin ecosystem, and that is what really needs to win for everybody to win here.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. I mean, I think it's all a good thing. I think having tappiers, 20s, and runes is a good thing. Let's see. Comments.
I think that might be okay.
Oh, this is news here. My bad. Canada's DeFi technology just bought 110 Bitcoin and adopted Bitcoin as its primary treasury asset. Another one doing that. But go ahead, pop yours in.
Yep. 310 people in here, guys. Appreciate you guys watching us. Dream Baked says, do you have eyes on the Ordinals related release that G-Earn has been teasing over on X? So I'm curious about it, because it's a DMT type of situation. He's been kind of, working with Blockrunner a little bit, supposedly building out the secret, type of project / approach to DMT. G-Earn is respected in the space, right? Like, he has he's good at finding news, alpha, etc. He posts it pretty frequently. Yeah, we've even sourced some of our topics through it. With that being said,
I do it every day. I go to him for topics every day.
Yeah. So with that being said, I think, and I hope that if it is a DMT approach, that he has figured out a way to simplify it for the everyday user, because that's the way that you're going to get mass adoption to the DMT UNAT ecosystem. And it's, from a fundamental level, somebody that's been in the space for a while, it's easy to understand that high level, right, of it. It's basically you're pointing at data from blocks, and each project is assigning data that they're going to use for the creation of their project, if it's art or a token, right? So it's really easy from that fundamental level. But I think where it gets to the point to where people like lose focus, because we're in a 2-second attention society these days, is that exactly, like, where do you start? Where are you gonna go? Like, where what am I minting? Is it simple? Do I just mint this? Because like when they did the redacted test mint, I mean, like, there was a Bitcoin that was lost, and they paid all of it back. So shout out to the block runners and all that stuff. But it was like, it was testing, it was working things out, right? So people were still trying to figure that out. So if they can simplify, the entire process, I think that it brings a lot more success to that whole space. And so I'll check out what he's trying to do there, and maybe we can get him on. G-Earn's been responsive to us.
We have him scheduled for Monday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have him on Monday. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, so maybe we'll talk about it then.
Next Monday. Yeah, I forgot today was Monday.
Patty Poo says, why people buy and cook the mempool on secondary when it's still minting like crazy? It has more volume than dog on Magic Eden today, and minting heavily. Wow. Yeah, it's one of those situations like Sats was. Like, sometimes the secondary is cheaper, sometimes minting's cheaper, depending on fees, right? So I think that's why. Am I right about that, you think, or what do you think?
Yeah, I just think that people don't, when you buy something, a lot of the times you won't lose your money if you get sniped, right? You get your money back. For me, I'd rather buy a little higher price than minting, because like, I don't know if I'm wasting my mint money, because I'm not getting that back if I get sniped. But when you buy something on Magic Eden and they get sniped, you get your money back. So for me, I don't like messing with the mempool anymore, guys. Like, I lost so much money to minting something, and then it's just easier to buy it. I know either I want to get it or I get my Bitcoin back. So that's the reason why I would do it over minting it.
Yep. And then Kai Effect says, isn't it etched by Casey? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that. So I don't think it was etched by Casey, but I could be wrong.
What's etched by Casey?
Cook the mempool.
Oh.
So Gall says DMT Nat organizing sex listings. Okay. Well, that would be huge for that ecosystem.
Yeah.
Arbaz says pizza, hold or sell.
It's a personal decision. We can't help you with that one, bud. But
bullish or bearish?
Yeah. I'm gonna say neutral. Like
neutral.
I don't know if I would sell here, but I don't know if I'd buy here either.
Yeah. It's definitely a hard. It's even for me. That's obviously been having fun with it and stuff. And I am bullish on it just because of what I'm seeing in terms of buy pressure. But the price is staying around $6. It's not like really jumping up super high and continually increasing. But again, it's not even like the right market sentiment right now for that. So I think this is kind of, in my opinion, for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of be patient and try to earn it through patience. And say I think it can get to $30 is my opinion. That's not financial advice. That's for me. But we'll see. And I also think that dog's going to get to like 1.5 billion or higher
today.
Not today, but like I'm talking about, Cherry Master says, did anybody buy Kitty, AMC, and GME on Sol after they dipped? We didn't.
Around here,
yeah.
No.
We don't do those around her.
We don't like their kind around here, those Sol guys.
Our boss says, can pizza cross $10 if it lists Binance? Yes, I believe 100%. So, but that doesn't mean that it's going to. It could go down to $1 if something crazy happened. But yeah, I mean, I think logically anybody can assume that. Oh, this is a great question. Crypto Hot News says, guys, the bottom of Merle token was 32 cents. What are your thoughts on that? Because I have some thoughts.
So the unlocking of the other 25% of the 20% is in 9 days. So you probably won't see no buying until then, until that unlocking happens. But I don't know. That's tough. I do think that 32 cents is the bottom. Do I think we're gonna hang out here at 43 cents and not drop any lower? I think we could drop lower, but I don't see us ever getting below 32 cents ever again.
I agree with that sentiment. I feel like 32 cents was probably the bottom. It barring any like catastrophic event happening, right? Like hack or like just black swan in the world. I think 32 cents is the floor or the bottom. But again, I think a couple things you got to take into consideration, and I said this to Shizzy, I think yesterday, was that Merle is also like the token that's being issued for grants too for builders, which is amazing for the chain to build, entice really good builders. So you have to remember that, as well as kind of like the reward for LPs that they do for bonuses for platforms. So there's a little bit of sell pressure that will come from that, as well as I'm not worried about the token drops as much anymore. So, but 32 cents to me is definitely like low enough, because you have to remember there was large investors, some pretty heavy investors that initially got into this at probably 38 cents, 48 cents, around there. So they probably were part of, helping get this pushed up. It got all the way to 67 cents. I think Merle does extremely well in that aggressive leg up in the bull market, whether it's this fall, winter, or early spring next year. And that's where you'll see you'll be like, dang, is this thing going to ever stop? That's where I think you see that, $2, $3, $4, $5. $5 is pretty crazy at that point. But that's whenever I see that happening.
I see the top report around $8. I think $8 is fair.
Yeah. Neomeister, what is up? He says, "What is the next milestone for BRC20 protocol? What would be your next milestone for them?"
Kind of forking something to where they don't need a transfer inscription. I think like a hard fork where they just one-to-one everyone all their tokens to kind of get away from the transcription, whether that be to maybe a Rune type of UTXO type of thing. I could definitely see something like that happening. Maybe, you know, or just forking everything to ARC20s and letting BRC20s run on that protocol. But I don't think that any milestone is going to matter as long as there's a transfer inscription.
It's so wild to me that like you harp on transfer inscription so much, but that's not like one of the things that you throw at the tap protocol like over and over. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm hoping that the promises changes that though, because the promises I think can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a way to go around it with keeping the transcription. Is an automatic type of event where
like
it's
X-verse,
two transactions in one, two transactions in one, to where the transfer inscription is automatically done on the buy. So maybe something like that could happen to where you are still doing the transfer inscription, but it's automatic. And that's what I was kind of hearing from the tap guys. Of how they're going to get rid of it. It was like an automatic thing to where you receive 2 inscriptions in your wallet at the same time for every purchase.
So Xverse actually does that for BRC20s, right? That's what they.
No, because when I received my pizza, I had to do the transfer inscription in the Xverse wallet.
When you received it?
Yeah.
To sell it? I thought that they got rid of that. I thought Xverse did the 2 transactions in one to where you don't have to do a transfer inscription to sell it.
I mean, when Clint got my pizza airdrop to me, I had to. You had to do it. You had to.
So you had to do it all in one transaction though? Like you had to pay twice in the one transaction, or did you have to wait for the transfer inscription and then list it?
Exactly the same way I normally always do.
Okay, so I guess
there is no
Because do you remember that, or is that something I dreamed? I think it's
something you dreamed because I've never seen that. I mean, I wish that'd be amazing. I mean, that would if I'm not all right. So if I got to pay for it, I paid $13 to freaking do the transcription of my pizza over the weekend. I think gas fees are high, but I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Some people compare splitting runes to kind of transfer inscription, but it is different.
I don't ever have to split my runes though.
Yeah,
like I think I did it one time. You know, so I sell everything, but like I don't buy everything in one bulk buy either. Like I always dollar cost average. So when I dollar cost average, I get multiple transactions with that, like multiple UTXOs. So I never got to split them.
But you have to admit though, you do go harder on BRC20 than you do tap for the transfer inscription part.
Well, tap's not out yet. Like so
you haven't had to interact with it as much. You're right.
I haven't right on that at all.
Yeah, so you're not feeling that pain point as much as you feel it with BRC20. So that makes sense.
I mean,
it makes sense.
And back when we were trading tap tokens, like when the base token was out and stuff like that, it was just like there was no other option. Like that was the only option. So I didn't know about trading runes yet. So now they're trading atomicals.
We had atomicals out during that time. I think
atomicals was like atomicals was down only every time I bought something. So it was like I didn't really sell anything until like there was one week where I said screw all this shit, I'm flooring it all and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I think whenever you bought some, because like you didn't buy Adam, but Adam actually got all the way up to I think like $40-$50.
Yeah, it was wild,
you remember, and then Toothies were at like 2,200 each.
Yeah,
and so that ecosystem had definitely had its moment. It was brief, but again, no transfer inscription there, and social consensus is king. That is the thing, man. Like if people are wondering, like it's social consensus. It's never about the tech. If it was about the tech, ICP would probably be like top notch. You know what I mean? Just because like there's so much happening over there in terms of tech wise.
I think people give ICP a lot of credit for the tech. Polkadot's way better tech than ICP.
Yeah, Polkadot too. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was all about the tech, it would be that, but it's not.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I think the tech has its day though in this cycle. I think there's a time
eventually
where like the biggest tech stuff is like holy crap, and you're gonna see a lot of like big, let's just say like Google comes in and like, hey, we're adopting Polkadot or ICP. Those two could massively take off.
Yeah,
10,
but it's
20,
not going to
30,
be what
40X.
we thought. It's not going to be what we thought it was. Like just like the internet wasn't what we thought it was going to be. You know, from like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Exactly.
Ends up being like something like a bookstore. Ended up being the biggest store ever. Like Amazon started as a bookstore, right? So
I mean, I buy from Amazon every single day.
Neomeister. So for me, the milestone is to get that damn modular swap right, and if they can have stable tokens and Bitcoin in there, then that changes the game, in my opinion. But that's it. All right, 6, it says any tips on sniping or sniping back?
Yeah, what's that site?
It was like
remember that name of that site?
Magic something. What was it? I swear it was Magic something. I can't remember it right now. I'm going
Johnson?
blank.
No. There is a site. I can't remember either. It was like Blaster, something Blaster. Magic
Dude,
Blaster.
I'm going. Maybe? Oh yeah, maybe.
It sounds familiar, right?
Well, here I bet you I can find it. Hold on. Ordinal. There was another one too. Remember that was like a month ago that had like an ordinal collection that was popular. Yeah, we were talking about it.
Gold, the gold something, the goldsmiths,
gold rushers or something. I feel like we're going like my mind is definitely going blank right now. But we do have 325 people in here, so they are listening to us. Gold mine tools. So if you go to goldmine.tools, go to that. Go to goldmine.tools, and that's a website there that has pretty good tools. Magisat does offer sniping back as well. So if you go to Magisat as well.
Yeah, so Goldmine Tools is one. You can kind of go in, hit tools, and you can hit sniper, and then you can snipe back. So connect your wallet. But yeah, there's another one as well. I just can't remember the name of it. I think you guys have it in here. Rune Blaster.
There's a lot of these popping up though now. You know, because I think they realize that this is perfect. This is exactly how builders should react to pain points, guys. I wish this happened more in our space. And maybe it's just capability not there with the swaps and stuff like that. But like, I mean, I think this is like number 3 or 4 that is out there. Ordinal Hive will be out. I'm sure they're gonna have those kind of tools in there. So this is a pretty big business model that is starting to become popular. So you can use those 6s. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, I know what it feels like to be freaking sniped whenever it wasn't happening very often, and then like all of a sudden, like you're like, dude, I picked up this sick like panda or whatever, like I told you, and then like I look at my wallet, I'm like, oh my god, someone stole it. No, I just I guess someone did. They sniped it from me.
And actually, I over the weekend, dog dropped down to like 9.2 for like just a couple of things. Someone listed at like 9.2 sats, and I went and grabbed them. And then I put the gas pretty high. I put the gas at like 150, so I'd get it. And then I had to go do something, and I came back, and it didn't go through. I got sniped.
Yep. You're gonna get some crap for calling it gas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Transaction fee. Yeah.
Transaction fee. Bitcoin transaction fee.
Seriously, old as shit.
Good. All right. Well, let's go to crypto hot news real quick. A lot of great questions in here, guys. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Do you believe Tier 1 centralized exchange will add dog on their spot trading, or is it too early? I mean, like when it was at $900 million market cap, I was like, it's going to happen next week. It did pull back, but I still think it's going to happen soon. Yes, Tier 1. But you got to think about this. The reason why it's not already on a Tier 1, because they could have got on OKX if the team had allocation and stuff like that, is that they need to find liquidity, right? So first of all, some people just pay liquidity up front to the centralized exchange, and that's how they get on. No one is doing that with dog. Like Leonidas has been very clear that he's not giving money because he doesn't have that type of capital for listing. So it's going to have to be naturally done, like how Doge was and some of these other tokens that got naturally done. If the bull market started next week, it would be on next week, I would say. Like
Yeah.
it would probably be on Binance next week at the bull market, like the big, like aggressive one. It would be on right away. But it's not. So it could take another 2 weeks, a month. It's definitely taking a little bit longer than I expected.
Me too. I agree.
Yep. Neomeister said, "Are you bullish on the For the Children rune? Ghostface is fully on board with it, and his ordinal has pumped recently. Cream. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds like
Yeah, so Ghostface put out a rune the other day. It's kind of like his Iggy Azalea moment or whatever.
Okay.
So but he's pumping it real hard. He has like kids and stuff like that, and they're all talking.
Is it like
about
a
so.
nonprofit or is it for profit?
It's a rune. I mean, I don't really know
Yeah.
where the money's going, or I don't know the supply or anything like that, or how much supply he kept, but I don't know.
All right, we got a meeting coming up, guys. So we're gonna get through a couple of these last questions here. Paul, do you guys know anything about Rune Fehu? Do you know anything about?
No,
Rune
nothing at all.
the most secretive rune ever. Yeah, they're not letting any information out. Pelpa says, "Dope show as always. Thanks, boys. We appreciate you.
My friend.
Thanks for the comments." Let's see. Oh, great ideas. That's why I like this. I love this guy, man.
Yeah.
He's just full of great ideas, smart guy. You guys can borrow from Avalon and Mage and farm on Merlin swap easy. Very, very true, man. Very true. And guess what? You pay back your loan probably with your earnings eventually or something.
There is risk in that, though, guys.
There's
always risk. But
impermanent loss?
Yeah.
And then if your token, if the value goes down and stuff, and you got to pay that loan back and you lost, Shizzy, where do you have your Merle tokens locked?
Oh, it's on the chain. You know how like like when we're claiming, you can only claim certain much. We still have a bunch of Merle tokens still to claim, so on the claim.
Gotcha. Well, this is a great idea. Just make the holders of VMine be the shareholders and somehow the CEO. Keep putting votes and ask the feedback. No community would make detrimental decisions.
That's probably the way to go, honestly.
Yeah. And being on Merlin chain, you're gonna be able to do that with your wallets. You'll be able to vote governance with your wallets depending on your holdings and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll bring that up to the team and see what they think about that. Good idea.
The token is the governance token though too, so you will be able to like eventually they'll have a governance claim and you guys can put votes up and stuff. So
Mighty Sonu, this guy is definitely one of our great community members here, constantly interacting and active. He says ZK is the end game. Okay, zero knowledge. And he says, Shizzy, have you farmed ZK Sync?
Yeah, so I farmed it back in like 2003, early 2003. I'm sorry, 2023.
Dang.
Wow, I feel my old.
Like,
I've been farming this for 30 years now. I farmed this in 2023. And I did about 7 or 8 wallets. I haven't checked to see if I got the airdrop or the claim. I'll have to go check it.
That's so funny, man.
Since 2003.
Some alpha from Yasher. The Sigma Stone airdrop to holders of Sigma X. Sell supply is 1. They're going to introduce on staking platform for runes. It says 2,200 addresses got runes airdropped, and it costed $800 in fees. Do you guys think the gas fee for airdrop is cheaper on runes than other protocols? I thought that was going to be the case, but it seemed like it wasn't. Yeah, I think there are strategies though that people are doing. There was people that were able to do like large batches and stuff for a little bit cheaper, so I think that will get cheaper once they figure out how to do it. Lou Ferrigno, what's up, Lou? Taking a break from your famous celebrity life to jump in with us. Appreciate it. This is 1,000% agree. The best tech rarely wins. It's liquidity and consensus, 100%. But I do agree with my partner Shizzy that there will be a point in time where we have reached mass adoption, and it will be looked more like the stock market in terms of value of projects and it's going to be different types of projects. It's going to be very techie with crypto type of projects, but they're going to have to show value more than it is today.
Yep. I think that's it, right?
Yep. That is it. Oh, appreciate that. You guys put all those questions in there. Yeah, 340 people in here on a Monday. Let's get this going. Let's get Bitcoin's price turned around, and hopefully tomorrow's show we will start with a new
$74,000 Bitcoin. I'm calling it tomorrow in about 22 hours from right now, all-time high. Going in now. But anyway, guys, we appreciate every single one of you guys here. We are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Pacific. So definitely check us out tomorrow, guys. We'll be back here. And in the meantime, check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have it sitting here in the middle of the screen here. Check that out. It helps us. It helps our numbers, try and get those numbers up. So if you guys wouldn't mind, just go to ordinalrevolution.com. And while you're there, we have some of the best articles probably in Ordinal. So check out those articles. And on top of that, we do have a Bitcoin Nashville coupon. If you're going to Bitcoin Nashville, me and Yagobi will both be there. We have our places booked already, so we're 100% going to be there. But if you're going there, go check out our store. Bring out your Ordinals gear. We have some of the best Ordinals gear. Just hit the store button. That'll take you to our Shopify. So check that out, guys. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yep. That is it. We'll check y'all tomorrow. Peace.
See you guys.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Rune stuff.
Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit found fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shysty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.